What up, everybody out there in podcast land? Thank you for tuning in again to another episode of Kane and Ross present the Yeah, I Said It podcast. We're expressing what our full capabilities. Tell my what is in correctional facilities, brainchild of my child. I am the dad half of this operation, coming to you live and in public, if you will. Ross Cooper, as always, I am rocking with the best. My co-host, please introduce yourself to the folks.
Watching the world go to hell, some laughing saying it's perfect. Yeah, what's up, everybody? Everybody's having a good day, hour, year, month, second, all that good stuff. You watch no other platforms, please share with your friends, your family, your enemies, the bug on the wall, aliens outside, nuke about to bomb your house, all that good stuff. And if you're watching on the tube, please like, share, comment, subscribe, because if you don't, you're going to be ashy for the whole day.
That's only a threat to people with melanin, though. That's not a threat to people without melanin.
All right,
Like
you're going to be
you got
ashy or
some.
have sunburn. There you
I was gonna say dry skin. That's the I've learned that's the equivalent to white ash.
go. It's the
Dry
same.
skin.
It's the same. It's okay. The
Right, right,
same
right.
thing.
See, see, I've learned that through my Caucasian friends. We say ashy. I say that to one of my Caucasian friends, like, I don't know what that is. What's ashy? I'm like, oh, okay, let me explain. It, weird day when you got to explain ashiness to your Caucasian friends, but that's our culture. That's our stuff.
It's the equivalent to that,
Um,
my black friends. But go ahead.
hey, what's going on in the background, sir? We got a nice walk through the park. Let's frolic. Looks like there's gonna be deer and woodland creatures hanging out with you.
Like it was probably a witch or a gremlin behind me or something. But yeah, this is the witch's row.
See that's a problem. See nice way to ruin it. Nice way to ruin it.
You thought this was a happy time. No.
Right. It
This
looks
is the crazies. This is the crazies for us.
oh, see that's because I'm like, you're gonna see a couple holding hands walking
Till
down
it gets dark.
lovingly.
Not so fun no more, is it?
All right, Jason Voorhees. Okay, all right.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's jump right into it. We concluded last week, last show talking about by the time we came back, the fight will have happened. The fight happened as a last minute gift. I got to go, so I was actually in AT&T Stadium for the fight.
Dang.
I understand for everyone that watching home on Netflix, y'all got treated to Mike Tyson cheeks and a slow connection. Uh,
I didn't have that, but the cheeks.
oh, you got to see it clearly because it was
Yeah,
everybody's
it
like,
buffered one time, and that was one of the undercards when the men were fighting. But the women's fight, I got no problems. Mike Tyson fight, it started buffering during the intro, but then I watched the whole thing, no problem. So
okay, because it was a lot. Because I went live and I was there, and they was like, "Yo, we should pay you to just watch the fight." Yo, Cass is having serious problems. Um, so we saw, at least in my estimation, and I heard you can tell me this. People was like, "Yo, was Roy Jones hating in the commentary?" Because we didn't hear the commentary when we were there. People was like, "Yo, Roy Jones is being a hater in the commentary." I'm like, that sounds weird. That's like something Roy would do.
wasn't listening to the commentary. And yeah, I wasn't really listening. It just yeah, the fight. If you call that a fight,
Well, let me see. There were what are three or two undercards? I'm trying to remember if it was three or two. I think it was three, right?
I don't know. I just
Two.
saw the women one. That was the best one I saw.
Oh yeah. Well, see, and I'm just gonna touch on that. The women's fight was everything right and everything wrong with boxing. This is why you lose. This is why you've been losing market share to MMA. One, Dana, love him or hate him, Dana White will book the fights we want to see. You want to see John Jones or this person? Let's go do it. Now, I understand from what I hear, and again, I'm not an MMA diehard, but what I hear is they have a payment problem. Like his people in there get lumped up, but not getting to pay. That's the problem.
Hmm.
But you are seeing the fights you want to see in MMA. Boxing has a problem because we can't get the fights we want to see. And Andre Ward SOG, Hall of Famer, he mentioned it. The problem is the promoters in boxing, and then it's a different age. When you talk about 80s and 90s boxing, you talking about I'm gonna be the best fighter. Now I'm gonna prove I'm the best fighter because I'm gonna beat everybody else. And as Andre Ward mentioned right now, because of social media, because of followings, you don't even have to fight the best. Your audience will do it for you. Like I'm a Canelo fan. I didn't realize the general consensus on Canelo fans, they're the most irritating fans of, in the world. But boxing has an issue putting together the fights we want to see. MMA doesn't have that problem. Now you go to the Katie Taylor and Serrano fight Friday on the undercard, which was an amazing fight, but Serrano somehow lost in decision. So Taylor headbutts, and it was oof. That headbutt was so bad it looked like Serrano had an extra eye. That's how bad it was. And she stood in there like a warrior and was just going.
They was
Uh,
leaking this, but that's some old school boxing, like leaking, just duking it out. It's like no one was hugging. It was just I was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah, that's the fight we want to see. What we don't want to see is that decision. Like, and it's not even a case of okay, well maybe it was Serrano outlanded her, outlanded, not thrown, landed by 100 punches. How do you lose a fight when your opponent gets a point taken away and I outland you by 100 punches? Worst case should have been a draw. In no universe should this be Katie Taylor winning. Like that isn't. And this is why boxing suffers. You can't see the fight you want to see. You see the
Yeah,
fight, then you finally get the fight you want to see, and you don't get the decision. Like everyone with eyes can see that.
yeah.
But the women's fight was bananas. Um, and then of course we get to, after the cheeks, we get to the main event.
Which was actually also cheeks. How we get double cheeks of assness at the same show? Netflix, what's going on? What are we doing? I guess Tyson was showing a preview of the fight. What the fuck? Go ahead.
Yo, it was so in my opinion, I am not a boxing purist. I love the sport. I still dabble in it. I've sparred twice, but that's really me honestly, I'm a beginner's beginner, if you really want to say it there, right? But here's what I saw from being there. It looked like Mike was gassed after about halfway through the second round. It looked like Mike was gassed about halfway through the second round.
Said that.
I thought he had an issue with his glove because he kept biting his glove. Um,
He always does that.
okay, what I've never seen it, but I want to pay attention to. Not to mention, last time we saw Mike in the ring was against Roy Jones many, many moons ago. I didn't watch that. Like, what else? Um,
I did watch it.
I will say it was a huge drop off from the Mike we saw on the training vids, from the Netflix special, everything else. Mike looked like he still had some dog in him. He still has some of that ferocity. And these were 2 minute rounds. So after one standard round, first round was 2 minutes, halfway through the second, which had been 3 minutes. After one standard round, Mike looked gassed. That's just my opinion from what I saw. It's now coming out, and none of this is official, but I keep seeing these. Oh, there were clauses in the contract that he had to go X amount of rounds to get paid. He couldn't throw uppercuts, and I still say if you got, I won't even say young Tyson. If we got Tyson we saw in the training vids, Jake might have got slumped. Um, I hear a lot of chatter about how Jake just kind of took his foot off the gas because he didn't want to hurt Mike. Because okay, cool. If that's the case, that's the case. I think it's more of a matter of, listen, if Mike ain't tired, if someone's tired in a fight, there's only one way to find out. You got to go in there and finish them off. Like, oh, okay, you tired? Oh, take this with you. Here's the problem. The last thing to go in a fighter is power, right? And there's only one way for real, to find out, okay, is Mike tired or no? And if you guess wrong, you getting slumped. It's 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 really it's really that simple. And from a Jake Paul standpoint, you lose or you really lose. And here's what I mean. You lose because if you go in there and you beat up Mike Tyson, a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, you don't get no problem. You know, ain't no awards for that. Right? But if you go in there thinking Mike is tired and he ain't tired and you get slumped, it's gonna be very unforgiving. Gonna be very unforgiving for you. And all the brand deals and everything else kind of go a little because it's Mike Tyson, but how do you explain getting slumped by a 58-year-old? So we got what we got. Now, speaking personally, you and I have had this debate on the show. I wouldn't fight Mike unless my conditions are met. I need him on the couch eating Cheetos and drinking Pepsi for 6 months. I take the fight then. But Mike we saw, the Mike in training, nope, nope, nope. Because I still contend Mike training is a dangerous thing. We're a little ways away from Mike being undangerous. Just my opinion from what we saw. It's gonna be a minute before I see Mike in a bar. Be like, yo, what you want to do then? Nope. Mm-mm, mm-mm. No, absolutely no. But your thoughts, sir? You watched it at Netflix. I watched it live. We had two very different perspectives. What are your thoughts? What did you see?
That shit was rigged. Um, it was they were both holding back, and because I think he was gassed after the second round, like you said. But the first two rounds, if Mike wanted to, he could have slumped him. And he threw in a couple shots, and then he held back after that. And people can say, "Oh, he just got tired." Nah, this was the first, second round. He got in a good shot, and then Jake kind of paused, like, "Chill out." Like they clutched. I swear to God, look like they said, "Yo, chill. We trying to get paid. Relax." And then,
Uh,
and then on Jake's side, I think he held back because after the two rounds or whatever, Mike was legit tired. Everyone could see he was tired. Even the announcers were saying, "Yo, he's gassed." It looked like he was dumb tired. And Jake could have been finished him off, but he didn't. He held back too. So that's why I was like, okay. Once I seen that Mike is not, because this is the thing. He threw more punches against Roy than he did Jake Paul. Like Mike not being aggressive and not throwing punches is something I've never seen. Not even his training videos, he was fucking throwing punches. So you
just
mean to tell me he was eating them punches that Jake Paul was throwing, but also I don't think Jake Paul was really trying to really finish him because, like you said, they trying to get paid and trying to put on a show. So I'm once I seen nobody went down the first two, 3 rounds, like, oh, they're going the distance. And then Jay gonna win by decision because he's throwing more punches than Mike is pretty much just eating them or blocking. He's not even countering. There was many times he could have countered with an uppercut or a left hook, and he didn't. That's why I'm like, okay. Because there was moments where I seen Mike actually look like Mike for a brief second, and then he just calmed down. I was like, because then yeah, I get it. I'm gonna say yeah, he got nah. This was before he was tired. Like he caught him. He caught him once or twice, and he could have kept doing what Mike would have if this was young Mike. And actually, this only happened if this was Mike, whatever fucking contract they had, and he can actually go all out. Jake would have got slumped first and second round. I promise you, he would have. There was many opportunities he could have slumped. And then also Jake Paul, whatever his contract was, after if he somehow survived the real Mike for the first two rounds, he could have slumped him in the third or fourth. But he didn't either. So that's why it was bullshit. It was like, all right, I see everyone can see what y'all doing. It's a waste of time. Luckily, it's Netflix, so I had to pay shit. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. See, and I'm like, after the second round, Mike kind of stopped throwing punches. But what I found interesting, and again, I do not claim to be a boxing aficionado. I'm slightly better than the casual, but a couple of things. Mike's head movement was still there. Like Jake is throwing, and Mike is still peekaboo ducking these, a few of those glancing blows. And I'm like, under normal circumstances, Mike is going peekaboo right underneath there and but it didn't happen. Whether he was gassed, whether then after the fight everything comes out. Mike had been sick. Mike had blood transfusions. Mike had been in the hospital.
we knew this
Um,
already. They were supposed to fight earlier, and then they had to postpone it because he had a medical emergency. Like
right.
this is why no one respected the fight. Really, it was more entertaining. We just wanted to see him knock you out. But once we
Yeah.
figured out that wasn't going to happen, it just got boring. It's just like, all right, you fighting a 60-year-old man with problems. Yes, I get it's still Mike Tyson, but he has problems.
And Andre Ward, and then this is where things because I don't know what y'all could see watching it, but being there, I can tell you this much. This is where this gets interesting. Um, there is a very specific crowd that were Jake Paul fans. And I'm probably not gonna have to spell it out, but for context. So I'm sitting there and the loudest, rowdiest supporters of Jake Paul pretty much were the Red Hat crowd. And it's just the obnoxious, just obnoxious, loud, drunk on confidence. And like I said, I'm a novice beginner at most, but most of the people there cheering the hardest, riding the Jake Paul Wood the hardest, I I would probably slump a good 80% of them. And I'm like, it's a very interesting time in this country, very interesting dichotomy to see like, okay, all of the Latin crowd, Tyson. All the bros, I ain't gotta say. But one particular demo was screaming the loudest for Paul. I just found it very, very interesting. Like, this is where we at. And I'm like, the delusion is there. And the level, and this is where it gets scary. You know me, you know I'm a super fan of your generation and the younger folk.
Hmm.
But there is an element of delusion, and I saw it come out there because I'm like, I don't think these people know who Tyson is for real. Like, I don't think you understand Paul is in there with a killer for real. You go watch, you can string together. There's a video on YouTube that strung together all of Mike Tyson's knockouts, and that was like a good 15 minutes long. Mind you, a knockout only takes a few seconds. So if you can string together his knockouts, it takes 15 minutes to do it.
Yeah,
You in there with a killer, dog.
260 with problems and holding back.
And that's the thing we'll never know. Because that's where and this is where the problem of the youth and the Paul brothers come in. This is all manufactured. The one time Paul fought a real boxer, quote unquote,
He
Ty,
lost.
Tyson Fury's younger brother, he lost.
He's not. I said respect the infantry and all that, but he's not a real boxer. He's not. He don't fight real boxers outside of that one time. You fighting either people who are not boxers, who are fighters, but they're either in different crafts, MMA, or do different stuff, or they're 60 years old. And the funny thing is, if he wasn't holding back and there wasn't whatever handshake agreement, whatever, he could have knocked your ass out at 60.
And that's a different. I saw shout out to the brothers over at All the Smoke. They had an interview. They did a show with Roy Jones and Andre Ward. Very good watch. Highly suggest, after here go check them out. Very good watch. Um, and Andre Ward broke it down beautifully. It's respect to Jake and Logan. You don't the rule is you don't play boxing. You don't play boxing, right? So it takes a certain amount of moxie, some amount of something to get in that ring and say, hey, I want to punch you in the face so bad, I'll take getting punched in the face by you. There is a science to this. There is something special to being nice with them hands. No nonsense, right? And everybody can't do it because I'm gonna bring up a name from Kimbo Slice. Kimbo Slice was a legendary YouTube beating cats down in the backyard brawler. When he got in that ring for real though, he got served.
That was
Like
MMA
it's
versus boxing, but yeah.
yeah, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, listen, you can be the backyard bully brawler all day, but when you get in there against people with real skill, it's gonna show. So you fought one real quote unquote boxer and you lost. And Mayweather, and here's what gets interesting. You got them running off flapping your gums, and it's a couple real boxers that's waiting to see you. And then Andre Ward himself said, yo, we can make it happen. And then you get super delusional talking about I'm calling out Canelo. Bruh, you will be pissing blood for months from them body shots. Like full stop.
I say
Full stop.
they better pay him so much that he holds back. But if it's real and there's no handshake or whatever, yeah, it's
You
good night.
it'll be Canelo on four just because you're probably gonna punish him for three. Like he probably gonna beat him so bad he ain't gonna get off the stool. Like, you know what? I'm cool. Like, just and to his credit, from a business acumen standpoint, if you want to get paid, go see him. He's breaking the stranglehold of promoters because, like I said, when I started this off, boxing has a problem putting together the fights we want to see, and that's part promotion, that's part this and that, and it's also some of these fighters themselves because it's like, look, if I'm 20-0 and I'm the hottest thing smoking, I got a following of 5 million on IG, da 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 da. Bro, if you ever go into the comment sections of a fighter, it is crazy how their fans go. Like I said, I didn't realize Canelo fans were like the most irritating boxing fans on earth. I had no idea. But yeah, so it's it's not you just losing a fight anymore. It's you losing brand deals, marketing opportunity, you losing a whole bunch more than a fight. So I'm going to cherry pick who I want to fight and give myself the best chances to win. But seeing this clown call out, Canelo Alvarez, like, dude, you ain't. This is the reality check. You ain't built like that. And Alvarez, that's why he ain't even paying no attention. He got real issues to deal. He got real fighters to deal with. You're not calling out somebody that's real with it. And Canelo ain't got no reason to accept your terms. So Andre Ward said he'd do it. And I'm 100% sure Andre Ward has smoked that ass. But having been there, having seen it, and then the aftermath after the fight, there's a very specific younger white male rowdy demographic that was just, gobbling up Jake, gobbling up Logan. Like this is their model, this is their blueprint. And I'm like, because I don't follow them since I'm over the age of 30. I don't really pay attention to the Paul dudes. Well, I did find it like I didn't quite understand why people hate them so much. I found out like point 0.2 seconds because after the fight, he's talking to Tyson and he's like, Logan, I'd fight you. And Logan's goofy behind. I'm like, I'd fucking kill you. Now, yeah, now, 22-year-old Mike Tyson is slump you in about, half a round.
He wouldn't.
But
He wouldn't.
like it wouldn't even take one round to get you out of there. And I'm not doing the whole, well, you young folk need to respect the elders. No, 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 no. But this is Mike Tyson, dog. Please recognize when you were outclassed. Like, just understand you're doing the same thing Mike did, but you're doing it at a much, much lower level. much lower level. And one of the things I will say, one of the key differences between my generation and yours, I come from a place where money and respect don't equal. Okay, I have plenty of money. Niggas don't respect you though. Like, so you just got money. Your generation is interesting because the two equate to one another. And I think that's why there's such a huge difference. Um, Money equals respect now. More money you got, more respect you have by default. So I was like, okay, I get part of the reason why people gravitate to these dudes. But yeah, it's suicide, bro. You don't want no parts of Canelo for sure. And I don't think you want no parts of Andre Ward and there's other real boxers calling you out. And I'm betting money you ain't picking up that phone. And it's just like the funny thing is the respect you after is on the other side of that fight. You fought Tommy Fury and you lost. Got little props for it because like, all right, you finally fought somebody for real. But you don't get props for knocking out Nate Robinson, dog. you know, he hoops. Fighting MMAers and stop. Just full stop. But if you want respect as a fighter for real, then fight a fighter. Get a ranking. Get a ranking. But very interesting crowd. I can tell you that. I haven't sat there. Very interesting crowd. Speaking of which, it seems some folks in the mag world are having a little bit of buyer's remorse. I'm concerned. I'm concerned because what so as we said, as many political pundit has said, as everyone has noticed, there's a certain demographic, here's that word again, certain demographic of people that are super diehard MAGA fans. Um, their education level is rather interesting to say the least. If you look at the red strongholds and the places where everyone primarily votes red, and then you look at the typical highest grade completed, you'll see some very interesting trends. So, old Agent Orange, as we all know, is president again. And one of the biggest Google searches was from red states was how do I reverse, how can I change my vote? For those who might be listening and not watching, I just had to pause for dramatic effect because the notion of, so wait, did you walk into a voting booth and think if I don't like the outcome, I can change my vote? Did you? No, you didn't really. You, you didn't really. What do you make of this, sir? What do you make of this?
American education system. Ain't nothing else to say. That's it. You reap what you sow. Ain't no take back seats now. It's a wrap. So now, 4 years of this bullshit. I'm not saying Kamala been any fucking better. She wasn't, but yeah. This is why you should read the fine print before you sign something or vote for someone. Other than just cherry picking shit. Because you don't know how it directly affects you. And people are finding that out the hard way. So I don't feel bad. I'm going to continue to laugh. Go on about my day.
I mean, it's just I understand. I think we touched this before. I understand how it might sound coming from me, but there may need to be a little bit of proficiency, something other than hey, just be 18 and fill out some paperwork in order to vote. Because I always wonder, and I guess this is me being spoiled. This is me having gone to college, read books, so on and so forth. This is me being spoiled and saying, hey, I want to be a little bit understanding of what who I'm casting a vote for. More importantly, I understand when I'm looking at commercials But I'm looking at advertisements. I understand and can see through the propaganda. I can tell you all of the commercials here were, you know, Kamala's pro-trans and it was just all of these little points. And I'm thinking to myself, what does that have to do with killing kids in Palestine now? The prison system in and of itself is a scam and a scheme. No one can go into prison and just say, "Hey, I want to be a girl today." Like, it's just stuff that rings is common sense for me and you. I'm starting to understand it doesn't ring true for everyone. This nonsense actually works on people.
America is the greatest propaganda machine ever created.
Ain't it though? Ain't it though? And just the fact that y'all walking around wish let me see, can I change my vote? Maybe I should do this differently. Now, I want to say, hey, you know what? Maybe it was just a random thing. I Google random stuff all the time. Like, hey, how fast can a raccoon run? Like we've all Googled something just we've
Like
all
Sly
Googled something.
Cooper.
Right. We've all Googled something that's like, what? But I can't shoot y'all no bail. I can't shoot y'all no understanding. Y'all literally sat there and Googled, can I change my vote? Enough of you to the point where it actually registered. And that's concerning. That's concerning.
No, it's not. Keep doing it.
You can't keep doing it because see the next thing there's a through line here. The next thing is last Saturday there was a march in Short North neighborhood of Columbus, Ohio. Whole bunch of white boys, Nazi flags, so on and so forth. Now this is interesting for a few reasons. One, I don't, and like I said, in the age of after the conversations you and I have had, I am being more aware of not, I won't say blind spots, but what might appear to be denial on my part. We are where we are. We have what we have, and I think the thing that always gets me is the sheer level of stupidity involved. Like, no, you can't be this stupid. Yes, people can be this stupid. So there was a group of folks walking with Nazi flags flying, faces covered, of course, through Columbus, Ohio. Now, here's where this gets funny. This a video was uploaded on IG, I do believe, by the brother that was walking alongside. Like, was really good. It won't give, it's like Kendrick says, 20v1. And he got to talking his noise as he should. Salute to the brother. And they just kept on walking. They ain't do nothing. And I'm like, wow. There's just a lot of wow here. We knew that this would happen. We knew that this type would be emboldened. What I find very interesting, um, y'all still deep throating Hitler for whatever reason. I don't understand it. I don't understand. Like I don't understand the incessant need to gargle baby batter from Hitler. But okay, whatever, champ. You got it. You you got it. Uh, um, she seems so played because it's not gonna make you any money. That's that's the other reason racism is really, really played. It doesn't make you money. And in this day and age, I'm weaponized. I'm gonna take the word they love to weaponize. In this woke era, it can get you fired, it can cost you a job, and depending on if you get the right one, you get your ass whooped. But it doesn't surprise me per se, but it's surprising because I'm like, y'all still deep throat Adolf, and I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Your thoughts, sir?
Not surprised. I mean, they always hide their faces as usual. So, like I said,
Well, hold
if
on.
you, okay.
Are you surprised that they didn't attack old boy?
Yes, they don't do that. Like I said, this ain't the 1940s or whatever. This is a new breed. Like I said, this is where the new generation thing that you said can come in handy. There's one thing involved. This new generation will crash the fuck out with no regard. So you can act stupid and try that 1940s, 1930s shit if you want to, and you'll end up dead or beat down, or
Mhm.
was it throw a white chair in the air and then the Black Avengers form and start whooping ass. So yeah, they saw that video. They don't want that new generation whooping ass.
Mhm.
But yeah, other than that, not surprised. This is the America that was spawned. They got bold and empowered by you know
But
Asian.
y'all, here's what I don't understand. Y'all still either it ain't what you think or y'all really suckers for real. Cause not that it's a point of pride, but listen, when the Klan marched through the South, when they was on the horseback with the white sheets, nobody messed with them. Nobody messed with them, right? Because you knew what you was up against. You knew that underneath one of them sheets might have been the judge, might have been the chief of police, right? Fast forward now, y'all some punks for real. Like y'all not really embodying the spirit of the South. There's one brother with a camera talking mad noise. Y'all ain't do nothing. Ah, it's- General Lee is turned over in his grave.
Well, that's not like they don't do nothing because they do. And sundown town still exists. Like there's still stuff that goes on that they do, but in that
If you
case, no.
so now I just thought about it because I for years I've conflated the two. Easy to do, right? So let me find out the Klan got more balls than the Nazis do. The Klan has been notorious for breaking into prisons, snatching black folk out, and lynching them right there on the spot. All you neo-Nazi chumps do is shout N-words and racial insults, keep your faces covered, and don't really do a bunch of nothing,
Some mass shootings too, but yeah.
which is also cowardly.
So I wouldn't go say the nothing because yeah, but I
Like,
mean,
are y'all really honoring Mr. Square Mustache? Are y'all really honoring him for real? Because y'all seem like, oh, Adolf really waged war for real.
she had an army, and it was a different time.
Is it? These cats are army? Y'all had, from what I saw in the video, y'all had at least be 20, 30 deep. It's one
Okay,
dude with a camera. One dude with a camera. Y'all ain't throw nary a punch. Not a one.
because there's
And let me,
consequences. Same way why they cover their face. There's consequences.
so I mean, if you really gonna be about that life though, right? If you're gonna be about that racist neo-Nazi life, right? If you're gonna Heil Hitler and Nazi salute and all of that, why don't you really get with it then? See, here's my thing. I understand that people fear quote unquote a race war. I get it. But you see stuff like this, and now y'all punks for real. I don't want no smoke for real. I want to try to intimidate. And here's the guess what? We ain't really intimidated. Like I'm thinking, okay, so what do I do in that situation? As soon as I figure out ain't no real threat, and this is just me, and I'm not condoning it or saying it's the quote unquote right thing to do. But the moment I figure out y'all don't want no smoke, oh, I'm talking mad shit. I'm talking mad shit, yo. I'm talking mad shit. Oh boy, kind of was, but I'm like, so what you want to do? You can take the mask off. I can take it off for you. What you want to do? I don't know if you if then this is gonna be real interesting for you. So if you're just walking down Charles Street and you see a group of folks with Nazi flags or masks, faces covered, what you gonna do, man?
Keep walking. I don't care.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Keep walking. I got bigger shit to fry. I do not care. I said, as long as you don't approach me on some shit, have at it. Salute.
Wow. Then this is one of those I gotta learn from you. One of those I gotta learn from you. Because I'm like, oh, you want some smoke? I'm gonna give you the smoke, dog.
That's not
What do
wanting
you
smoke
gonna
to me. Like one
do?
smoke is actually approaching me like you gonna do something. Then I give you what you're looking for. But if you just
Bro,
marching,
it's
saying some shit, I don't care. You're no threat.
face
I'm
covering.
concerned about threats. But if a lion is walking on the street, I'll be fucking concerned. But if they walk on the street, I'm just gonna look, laugh, and keep walking. I don't care. This don't take up no space in my day. You already the R word, so I don't care.
So you just said whatever?
Yeah, I said whatever the damn video, and just laughed. Yeah,
See, and this is where I think this might be where our age difference and our temperament comes into play. Because I'm like, I was born late '70s. I was right at the tail end of the Black Power movement before the crack era, but I'm close enough to have conversations with people that were part of the Black Power movement or knew people in the Black Power movement before it got, screwed up by the crack era. And it's like, how you bold and a coward at the same time. So
oxymoron.
that's a, so that's something like these neo Nazis. Until right this moment, literally, I always lump them together: Klan, neo Nazis. Saying no, 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 no. The Klan is one thing; these neo Nazis is another. Both cowardly for different reasons, but at least the Klan, there was reason to fear the Klan. There's reason to fear them. You know, people got lynched, people got legit houses burnt down, property lost, all of that. There's legit reason for the Klan. These neo-Nazi clowns, big gulping Adolf is like, y'all seem like some suckers for real. Y'all seem like some suckers for real. It's 20v1 and y'all don't do nothing. It's just one dude with a phone. And y'all don't do nothing. Y'all some suckers for real. Like y'all some suckers for real. But okay. That's what y'all got. That's what y'all got. So we're gonna go across the pond to New Zealand. And who, if you have never seen a haka, ever when you do, you know. You'll know. And in New Zealand government, House of Government, a lot of the Aboriginal people, a lot of people there bust out a haka when there was a law that was not agreeable. And there's no way. There's two emotions. If you see a group of people doing that, engaging in a haka, first time I saw it was in a soccer game, and it's like, yo. But when you see a group of people engage in a haka, you're going to feel one of two things. You're going to feel chills, which is what I feel, or you're going to feel nervous if you're a colonizer. And it was funny because if you watch to the end of the video, you'll hear this loud voice in a loudspeaker, you know, this meeting has been concluded until such and such. Like, yeah, y'all got the message real quick. Y'all got the message real quick. But you cannot see a haka and not, and I don't want to go deep into it, but it is an organized, very spiritual chant, for lack of a better term. You gotta see it. And like I said, the feeling you get when you see it will tell you everything you need to know about yourself. I think I think black folk need a haka. I think we need to call some folk and get our own. But Sir, your thoughts when you saw it? What was went through your mind there?
It just gave me chills, like you said. And that was it. It's like good for them. Good for them. Like I said, I don't know the details of what the law or whatever they disagreed with, but I just know some people were shook. And then, some people saying some people agree with us, and some people, on the other side is like, oh, how could we have this in established? This is why they shouldn't be in power, blah, blah, blah. See, there you. But yeah, other than that, chills.
Mhm, mhm. And it's just such a powerful thing to witness. And it's like, it's a spiritual thing. And us being children of the diaspora and connected to our true essence and true spirit, yeah, it speaks to that. And you can feel like, listen, I'm sorry. I find as I live, there was a reason why I couldn't particularly sit in Christian church and feel that connection. It just doesn't speak to me, it doesn't speak to my essence. But yeah, if you want some, you want to see some power, you want to see some connection to the ancestors, watch a Haka. And then watch the faces of those who are not of that ethnicity. And it is like, shit, what do we do now? I don't know how to respond. Like, should we leave? Should we? Yeah, you should. Like, I don't know how they play. I think it was either rugby or soccer, and they bust out the haka, and I'm like, I'd have quit instantly. Like, you know what? I don't think I want to play today. It's cool. I pulled my knee string. You know, I think I got a real bad case of toe jam all of a sudden. I don't think I can do this because yeah, I'm not going out there against that. Nope, nope, any nope. But in a very interesting twist of fate, um, the daughters of Malik El Shabazz, better known as Malcolm X, have sued CIA, FBI, NYPD over the civil rights leader assassination. Now, I was not aware it went this deep. I thought it was just some nation, I didn't, I thought it was some Nation of Islam get back. But apparently, as with a lot of things, there were some strings being pulled behind the scenes by the US government. Why am I not shocked? Because as we mentioned, be it Fred Hampton or what have you, this country had a fear of the Black Messiah. So they are now suing for 100 mil. Um, I wonder if King's survivors could do the same, but there is $100 million lawsuit that has been filed. Just doing a little bit of the details here. Yeah, Malcolm X's daughter, Ilyasa, and other family members. Wow. Okay, I got it. So it might be both. Right. Remember I said I thought it was just I thought it was primarily some NOI get back. The lawsuit is saying that they knew, these agencies knew, but did nothing to stop it. Now I don't know how you prove that because I think that's going to require some documents being unsealed, things of that nature. But in a statement, and I quote, "We believe they all conspired to assassinate Malcolm, one of the greatest thought leaders of the 20th century." And this is from Benjamin Crump. Yes, that Ben Crump, who was representing the family. Wrongful death lawsuit was announced at a memorial center on the site in NYC where Malcolm X was killed in 65. And I quote, as a direct result of the defendant's intentional, bad faith, willful, wanton, reckless, unreasonable, and or deliberately indifferent acts and omissions, Malcolm X was deprived of his federal constitutional rights, was robbed of his life and freedom, and sustained severe physical, emotional, and monetary damages, including conscious physical pain and suffering. This is directly from the lawsuit. I don't recall how much the settlement was for Fred Hampton. There was, in fact, a settlement there. This is going to be interesting because the difference is Fred Hampton, unfortunately, was assassinated directly by law enforcement. This is saying law enforcement knew and did nothing. Okay, so what I'm gonna my question for you is set the feeling aside, because of course I'm riding with it. Set the feeling aside, try to look at this from a legal standpoint. Do you think they have a point here? Do you think they have a leg to stand on?
Yes,
Why so?
I've been saying that they had something to do with it and they knew about it and did nothing. That's obvious because they were already wiretapping, doing all types of shit with him. So they knew damn near everything about him and probably tried to assassinate him when he went over to Mega. So it was like, yeah, they knew. They let it slide and then arrest the wrong people. So yeah,
So, oh, this is about to get real interesting for you then. So it is your contention that the US government and so on and so forth, while they did not actually pull the trigger, you believe based on wiretaps, surveillance, etc., they knew of this attempt and they are complicit because they did nothing to stop it.
shit probably helped. But yeah, at bare minimum, they are complicit. They knew, did nothing.
And you believe his daughters and family are entitled to compensation based off.
Yes, they're entitled to more than that shit. But yes,
So by that same premise, and I'm curious what you're going to say, by that same premise, do you believe the families of 9/11 are entitled to compensation?
yes,
Because the crux of both of these situations, you got to prove U.S. law enforcement agencies knew this was going to happen and stood by and did nothing.
okay.
Malcolm is a lot more believable for me than 9/11, but you know how we go with that.
I'm not even ever gonna try to convince you that. You're gonna believe what you're gonna believe.
I mean, sadly, it's going to take a good, I told you, it's going to take a good 50 to 75 years after we're both gone for those documents to be unclassified.
That will never be unclassified.
When all parties are gone, there's no point, you know,
All parties are gone. Well, and if the system's broke, then sure they can release it. But if the system is still in play, that shit will never come out. Like I said, we'll see a
this
fucking
came,
Martian before
this
we
came
see that. We'll see Epstein's list before we see that.
bro,
We'll see aliens walking among us before we see that.
if this came out,
That's nothing. This is black person getting killed. They openly admitted to the Martin and the Fred Hammers. Like they don't care. Like at this point, it's like, yeah, they've done worse shit openly to us. That's why I'm saying them exposing releasing files on us, they mean nothing because we already knew it. They know. This is one of those we both already know. Them releasing that the government killed American citizens that weren't just people of color and then blaming on other countries and then we go to war because of that shit, that's a whole nother rabbit hole that's like, okay, y'all really capable of killing your own people. Because they don't really consider us their own people. So
see, but if you, did you watch the doc on David Koresh on Waco?
no.
Okay, because it's a very interesting watch. And that does exactly what you just mentioned. It shows the US government is more than capable of taking out their own.
Yeah.
Not saying David, by any stretch of imagination, David Koresh was a great human being. No, not at all. But watching that doc and seeing how ego and a couple other things led to the FBI storming that building, which triggered all the events where all those people died, it lets you know, yeah, the US government can say, F it. You dare thumb your nose at us? You want to give us the middle finger? You want to get a US government a middle finger? Okay, I got you. We gonna come get you.
Who gonna stop them? It's like, who you call when the cops is fucking with
The Department of Justice.
you? Oh, wow. My coworker. Hey, you want me to join in on this shit, brother? Like, no. Like, this is Ghostbusters Extreme. Who you gonna call? Like, you ain't getting so it's certain things where certain entities mess with you. There's nothing you can do unless you
I
just
mean,
go Punisher and just wipe them all out. That's
I
about
mean,
it.
as Malcolm has said, that you need to seek justice in the world court. But you know how that
We
goes.
who that's the thing. Who has the hammer in the world court? That's what I'm saying. You're
I don't know if
fighting
there is.
against the superpower.
Yeah, I don't know who has the hammer in the world court. I
We
really
do know
don't.
who has because who's the fucking world police?
Uh, it's
Stop it.
it's no, 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 no. I'm not
Stop
saying
it.
the U.S. doesn't play world police. What I'm saying is when the world court puts an order out, you're supposed to follow it. This country has a very interesting way of giving the world court the
Israel
finger.
ain't follow it. And guess who's
And
backing them? I bet you if they was on their own, it wouldn't be that would have got stopped. But because who's backing them, it's like, oh, we put it out just for face sake, but we ain't really gonna do shit because you have a big brother that can stump all of us.
well, you know,
Yeah. So yeah, who you gonna call? I might have to call Thanos or fucking Xenomorph or something.
you stupid, yo. You stupid.
You in a rock and a hard place. Yeah, if they decide, yeah, we're done with you, it's pretty much, well, you either disappear or, yeah, you really disappear. And those are your two options.
I,
Unless you're John
I
Wick.
that just took me 2 seconds to figure it out. Delayed effect. You're right. You disappear or you really disappear.
Oh, bars. But yeah, off the dome. I'm telling you. But I'm not a rapper though.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, again, as things go the way they're supposed to go, you should be able to take that grievance to the World Court. You should be able to take that to, I do believe it's in Geneva, and say, hey, this country is wronging people on a large scale. That's how that's supposed to work.
Yeah,
And there should be
supposed.
sanctions. There should be sanctions imposed and things like that, embargoes if necessary, if a
Right.
country will not comply.
Right. The one that prints its own money that still, even though it is losing its value, still has high value. Then oh yeah, still has the best military in the world. So yeah. What can you do?
Wow. So bringing it up to around your way, Bowie, Maryland. You know, I just here's the good news. We have not had to report on anything like this in a good long while. And it's like, wow. Now I don't want to think I don't think it's not happening, but grand jury indicted, and this is coming from Channel 4 of Washington. Bowie, Maryland. I know where that is. Police officer has been indicted on a charge of attempt murder for firing his gun at a man on a busy road. So, September 12th, Robert Warrington stopped on Clanton Road near Route 50 to check on a white SUV that was parked on the side of the road. Okay, not sure why, but whatever. Person said he was trying to get his hat because it's blown away. And see that I've actually had that happen because I'm forever in a Yankee fitted. And depending on how windy it is, because I don't like AC if I can avoid it. I prefer the windows down. And yeah, I've almost had a hat blow off. I just take the hat off. But let's see. The guy appeared to have a hand over his stomach, the other hand holding a white cloth or a t-shirt that appeared to have blood on it. Are you here to help her? Now she's taking me to the hospital. Okay. That doesn't sound like a threat, right? What does he do? Shoot at him.
Let me empty the clip.
I, I just wait. He had a gun. He had a gun. Bros, I don't have a gun. And, oh my gosh. And the shot hit a passing minivan. So same line of questioning. And I'm yes, I'm a tad bit exasperated. Same line of questioning. So if this is a white guy, do you shoot? Officer's white, by the way. This white guy, do you shoot? I'm just I'm trying to make the leap from, hey, are you here to help? Nah, I'm just trying to grab my hat. Boom. Rightfully charged with attempted murder. I'm shocked and impressed. I'm shocked and impressed. Um, I'm not going to be delusional though. This is the point where I usually say, "Hey, things are changing." We got one. We got one.
Only took
We got
2 fucking years, but yeah. Uh,
one. No,
mm,
I mean,
Learn our
but
own pace.
someone has to set the precedent. You
How many more
can't.
presidents do you need?
I
That,
mean, if I got to pick a point to say how reality of it is, you know what I'm to say, is George Floyd.
and yet it still keeps happening.
Well, luckily, his brother's still alive,
Okay, you still got
and
bullet in your ass.
I think ultimately, if we start checking stats from George Floyd to now, we'll start. I think if I look, and I look, but the amount of cops indicted for their fuckery gotta be 100% higher, at least
Mhm.
100% higher. Now, sadly, is one of those until it happens in your department, you probably still think it's open season on people who don't look like you. But what you don't want to be is a cop in jail. That is not gonna go well. That's, that ain't going well for you, dog. I'm not
Stand
saying
up.
you're gonna get shanked or anything. You know, I wouldn't suggest such a thing. Not at all. Wouldn't suggest you being shanked. Nope. But typically, law enforcement don't do well in jail.
Good.
You know. So this is Bowie, Maryland. Well, I certainly hope you end up in, Jessup, where you might have sent some people. That'll be fun.
Payback.
Not saying that's gonna happen or anything. Just when you
It
do
will.
certain when you do certain things, um, yeah. All right. Let me see here. Moving on, because yeah, it's one of those things I want to okay. Well, let's see what we got here. All right, so okay. Moving right along. The other thing, and I apologize because there's a topic we're going to touch on a black bank. I will touch on that on the next show because I can't seem to find my resource, and I apologize for lack of preparation. But what I did find interesting. There's reports that the new Captain America movie has had bad screenings, and I find this shocking. I find this very shocking. Looking at the trailers, I'm in. I'm in. You get Red Hulk. I gotta go do some homework because I don't know. I know there's Red Hulk, and a Gray Hulk, or Professor Hulk, as the case may be. I don't know, but
And She
Red
Hulk.
Hulk. Oh yeah, she Hulk. But I don't know if she has variants. I know Green Hulk has variants. There's the Red Hulk. There's the Gray Hulk. There's the polka dot with pink. I'm kidding. Hey, why not? Um, but
Flamboyant Hulk.
why not? Why
Why
not?
not? Why not? I'm not. I'm gonna leave
I'm
the joke right there. I'm not gonna get. I'm not gonna continue on that. You said it. You can't throw a lob on the backboard thing. I'm not going to just. Ah!
I'm just, the place that the brain went on that one. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm not going to say. I'm just going to shut up. When I say something crazy, saw jokes, flamboyant Hulk. Man, that would be lit.
That'd be wild. That would be wild, you know. Well, why not?
Why not?
But no, based on, we talked about this offline. Based on the trailer, I can't see how this test screening badly. Like it looks good. You get Harrison Ford, you got my man playing, you got Anthony Mackie, not getting ate up on stage, not being Clarence's parents with a real nice marriage.
Yeah, say that.
You
Don't
know,
say that. Don't say what you said before that. Go ahead.
bro, what is
I get ate up on stage is crazy.
that's
I know what you mean, but
right. No.
with this generation, pause. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh, yo.
No diddler.
We gotta retire that in 2025, yo. We gotta retire that in
Until
2025.
he retires, it's going to keep going.
Like between because Cam started that.
What,
I,
pause?
props, yes.
Well,
And
you can't say the other thing that was before that. So, yeah, they had to pivot.
I don't even remember what the thing was before
You
that,
do
but
know
okay.
there's no what. The thing that LaMelo actually just got fined for.
Wait, how? Whoa, time. Okay, hold on. Wait, what?
You know what we all. I know you probably said it. I know I said it because that's until my generation, until this new generation came on. You can't say it anymore, which I'm cool with. You
LaMelo
know
just
the
got
word, huh?
no homosexual?
I mean, no one says. Why you say the whole word? I'm trying not to say it. You just say the whole word. No one even
Well,
says that. You're supposed to abbreviate it. Never
well,
mind. You shouldn't
that's
say it anyway. But yes,
there you go. There you go. Shouldn't say it at all.
that's right. That's where pause came in. No one gets offended.
So I saw, and I will get back on track. I saw a meme, and I couldn't think of anything that was more true. I swear, sometimes Cam and Mace is really just a whole show of just trying to prove neither one of them is actually gay.
And they could be because one of them was with Diddy. Just saying.
And this is gonna sound odd. If we don't appreciate Diddy for anything else in this universe, right? He and a couple others have shown, look,
You were saying pause too. That's what makes it even worse. Why was he saying pause? You just accepted it. I mean, not what he was doing. I mean, I don't condone. I have no problem with consensual stuff.
and that's where I'm going. Like, if nothing else in this universe, Diddy has shown, you know what? Because it's been a really badly kept secret that Diddy might be, but Diddy. I say might be because I ain't been there to prove nothing. But Diddy might be bi, and for the longest time in the black community, there's been no acceptance, let alone understanding, but acceptance of bisexual dudes. Nope. Either you like girls or you gay.
Pretty
That's
much.
that's the that's
Yeah.
the black community rule. And like, no, you can't simultaneously be like, I like girls who like girls, but dudes, nope. Like girls are like dudes. That's it. And Diddy has shown us in the worst possible way, in worst possible time, like, yeah, you actually can be a bi dude. Now, all the illegal activity, that's where you're running the problem, sir.
So you can be a
Yeah.
bad dude, but people still think you gay. I mean, it's no
Well,
double standard and stuff. You know this.
but who's I'm trying to think. See, I was about to say Amber Rose. I don't know if Amber Rose actually ever confirmed whether or not she's bi. But
We don't have to go down this rabbit hole.
okay, yeah, gotcha.
You do not have to go down this rabbit hole. Let's get back to. I'm sorry for. How do we go from Hawk to this? I'm sorry. I should have never said the flamboyant. I'm sorry. I should have never said that. We just went completely off the rails. Uh, that's on me. That is on me. I apologize. He threw a lob. I didn't have to take it. So it's on me. I take responsibility. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But getting back to where we started, back to the lecture at hand. Um, yeah, I've seen the trailers. I'm on fire about the movie. I think Marvel's got their mojo back. They just broke records with Deadpool and Wolverine. Um,
That was good.
what is the new movie coming out?
Definitely not bleak. Tell you that.
That's unfortunate. They got a long way to go to get Blade back on this calendar.
It's done. Wesley Snipes said it first. There'll only be one bleed.
Why would they put that in there? Like that.
Because they do. The same way we know. They've been sitting there trying to get a director for this shit for the past, what, 3 years? This shit was pre-pandemic damn near. Since it's been announced. They haven't even started filming.
So we gonna get RD, RDJ is Doctor Doom before we get Mahershala Ali as Blade. That is insanity. Like
Yeah,
that will be absolute insanity.
that is. I don't know what. Man can get resurrected and play two different characters in the same universe before we get a Blade movie.
I'm just curious how this is gonna go. I'm really curious how this is gonna go with RDJ as Doctor Doom.
He's played a
I'm
dude
not gonna
playing a
lie,
dude playing another dude before. So yeah.
that will be ever be epic. I just thought I'm not on fire about it. I don't hate it, but I'm not on fire about it. Like I just thought that'd be a great opportunity for somebody else. I thought, I think Fassbender would have been an awesome Doom. I guess you can't do well, no, because if you got RDJ doing it, then you can make Fassbender not a Doom. Because I'm gonna say, well, he's been somebody else because he's been Magneto. He's been a great Magneto.
That's a different universe though. That's Fox. Because remember,
Okay,
Captain America was we saw it in Deadpool was the Human Torch, but that was
true.
Fox.
So I said, I'm like, if you can bring, why do RDJ? Michael Fassbender is an awesome, awesome, awesome actor.
It was another
He played.
actor. I don't remember his name. That probably would have been better. But yeah,
I'm like, and I totally forgot he was Magneto for a hot second because I'm like, Michael Fassbender is an awesome actor. That'd be great. Um, or even Jeremy Irons. But I just, I'll see if because there's again maybe it's typecast. There's nothing about RDJ that gives villain like at all.
not Doom.
Not even villain. Like you've been Iron Man too long. I'm sorry. Like there's nothing about RDJ that brings that. I'm gonna have to see the trailer, but we're all gonna look at this and see Iron Man. It's no way around it. Like, and then again, I could be completely wrong. No, 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 no. Because I'm gonna say Chris Evans was a great Human Torch in Deadpool Wolverine. Like those of us who want to forget those first Fantastic Four movies and wipe it completely out of memory with good reason. Yeah, Chris Evans was a great Wolverine. Chris Evans was a great Captain America.
The cast wasn't bad. It was just the story was booty cheeks, and
You
they
know
did
what?
Doom wrong. So there you go.
And I still haven't watched the last one when you have Michael B. Jordan as the adopted kid. I
Oh,
still haven't watched the last one.
oh no, I haven't either, but I refuse.
Why do you refuse? It might be. I mean, it's Michael B. Jordan. Like, come on now.
I've seen a recap of the shit, and I didn't want to watch that. So if I don't want to, I can't stand the recap. What makes you think I want to sit there for an hour or 2 hour change of my life that I can't get back?
I gotta watch it because it can't be as ass as the original two. That's I'm like, it can't be as ass as the first two.
Yes, it can.
And the last one, the part two of Fantastic Four teased us with Silver Surfer. So I'm like, okay, glad it never happened. But um, Yeah, word on the curb is the Captain America screenings are not going well. They're doing reshoots, which again, I thought that was part of the course. Sometimes movies do reshoots, but I'm like, should we be concerned? Because like I said, you got Red Hulk, you just killed it with Deadpool and Wolverine. Um, you have movies coming down the pipe. Like I can't wait for Craven to drop. And I'm still trying to figure out, okay, Deadpool, you figured it out. Logan, you figured it out. Deadpool and Wolverine, you figured it out. Craven also figured it out. How is it you figured out all of these needed to be rated R, but you couldn't figure it out with Venom and Morbius? I get everyone hates Morbius. I don't hate it. It just I'm watching the entire movie and it definitely needed the R-rated treatment.
It's Morbin time. It's a vampire. How do you not get the artery?
I'm trying to think, was there ever a PG-13? But I'm like, I can't even think of a PG-13 vampire movie.
Wait, wasn't Daybreakers beat? No, no, that was radar, was it?
Daybreak is rated R.
Oh, I know 30 Days Night was definitely radar.
Absolutely rated R.
Oh, Twilight.
You almost made me say something. You was about to make me offend my LGBTQ plus community.
See,
Right.
you just said it.
You
You
almost made
didn't
me say
have to
something.
describe that. You could just say I almost said so. Now now we all know what you was about to say. Dry
That
snitch.
it was cheeks. No.
What kind of
Put it this
cheeks?
way. But I'm over the age of 13. So Twilight, I wasn't the target demographic.
No, no, we don't have a uterus.
Oh, Twilight is young adult.
We don't have a uterus.
Again, I am sure there were 10 to 13-year-old boys who enjoyed Twilight as well.
You almost had me say something. Oh yeah, this show's done. We're cooked. We are cooked.
No, we are still allies, sir. We
No,
are
we are.
absolutely
This is all jokes.
we
No,
are still
no.
allies.
This is all.
Oh,
I wasn't going. Now I wasn't going to say nothing homophobic. I just say, well,
no,
hey, they might have been into that stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's a small demographic.
no, because Twilight is based on the books, and the books are like on us inside. Twilight is based on the books, and the books are young adult.
I'm talking
Young
about
adult.
movie though. The movie version versus
The
the books is
movie is
different.
based off the books,
Yeah,
so
but
yeah,
it's different.
you're trying to get that 14 and under market, so that makes sense. So yeah, that's I'm like
Dude,
Twilight was PG-13, but the demographic, like the age of people reading Twilight books was not 17 and up.
it's vampires though. Like, how do you have a PG-13 vampire and werewolves? This is an
Because you have
underworld, like with a rainbow monkey or something. Like kids next door, fucking underworld. I don't. What is this? Like I get it's off a book. I'm sure the book was probably more mature than the fucking movie. Like, how do you have vampires and werewolves with PG-13? That don't make sense. They eat people.
because if I understand, the vampire and werewolf part is not the crux of it all. There's a love story underneath all of this as well. So yeah, if the focus is there, you don't need the blood and guts.
But that's what they do.
In Underworld, I'm sure. Like again, you can't.
Any world where they exist, I'm sure they need to survive. Like, oh yeah, we got a vegetarian vampire. What the? This
Oh my
this this
God.
makes so much. I'm so. This is making me mad all over again, man. PG
What?
13 vampire. What the? Hmm.
Like,
See, you can get away with PG 13 lions and stuff because of Lion King and shit. See, we good with that. But
I
vampires,
mean, World War Z was still. I think World War Z was PG-13, so
that don't make sense. That's why that was trash.
it
A
wasn't.
zombie is eating me. Pause. And it's
You,
PG 13.
but
So you just beat me down. That's what it looked like. Y'all just jumping me. Y'all not even eating. Y'all just jumping me. I'm getting jumped.
um, was I Am Legend PG-13?
They weren't really zombies. Well,
I mean, when you get into it, I got it, but for the casual observer who watched the movie, he thought it was a zombie fight.
they're infected, but not really zombies. But yeah, I mean, that can. It's not zombies. So that's not the same. That's like the well, I can't say the crazies because that was rated R. See,
Yeah, crazy.
all the stuff done right is rated R. I don't care what. I don't care. Fine, you can get I Am Legend. That's the one pass you get. You sure that wasn't
Okay.
rated
Um, jeez. Back to where we started. We got way off track.
We at the end too. This is bad. I'm sorry. If I speak, I am in big trouble. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Um, as I was saying though, what is the Thunderbolts? That's what I was getting to. I was trying to sit and remember the name of the freaking movie. Thunderbolts looks dope. Thunderbolts looks really good. Craven looks really good. I don't know what comes after that, but
Well, that's Fox.
You got Thunderbolts coming. You got Captain America looks really good. I don't see. I'm just hard pressed. Like I can't believe the screenings went bad. Like I was not on fire about Thor: Love and Thunder. Finally watched it. It didn't suck ass. Like okay, like there were some redeeming parts. Um, Everybody hated the screaming goats. I thought that was actually funny. Maybe
Well,
it's just my but people was like, Love and Thunder is ass. Like, no, that
it's ass.
it's not.
It's not the worst Thor movie, but it's ass.
How did you say that back?
What?
I mean, the worst Thor movie is the first one. Sad but true.
Or the second?
What, Dark World?
Yes.
I'm about to rewatch that because I think I think y'all doing the Morbius thing. I think y'all making that much worse than it actually is.
It's Morbin time. That's how bad it was. And no. Like I said, Love and Thunder could have been great if they tried to do the Ragnarok route and make it goofy with a serious villain. It didn't mix. That made no sense. And it threw
You
off the
have
whole
Lord
movie.
God Butcher
He's a serious villain.
and it's Christian Bale. Like what?
Yeah, no, I'm saying he is the only reason that made it somewhat redeemable. Like you wiped a little bit, but you still shit. Like no, like he was the toilet paper. They tried to save, but he couldn't. He could. It just you can't do a loving. You can't do a serious villain like that and the name like that, and then have Goofy Thor on steroids. Like that's not gonna work. This is not Ragnarok. That was a one-time thing. You shouldn't have tried to do it twice.
Well, Jeff Goldblum was hilarious too.
Yes, it was. I'm not saying the goofy person. It just didn't make sense. Cause all right, you put me in a goofy mood, and then you go back to the serious villain. It's like, and then you tried to mix them together. Like you failed. Story all over the place, and you didn't get the tone right. You need serious. We need the first and the second Thor version of him in that movie. If we got that version of Thor, that probably would have been the best one. But nope, you ruined a good villain with goofiness.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm a Tessa Thompson Valkyrie fan, so whenever there's Tessa Thompson, that's a good thing. Um, but yeah, I'm I'm gonna be really disappointed if this is Cheeks. If this is Cheeks, I'm gonna be really disappointed. I can't see this Captain America being Cheeks. Marvel's done a bunch of reshoots, redos, wipe the slate clean, start over. I can't see this being Cheeks.
Good luck.
Okay, so you still on fire to see it? Like where's your level of interest here?
I mean, I'm gonna see it. I mean, if I can watch Joker too, I can watch anything.
I've not brought myself to watch that yet. Is it really a straight up musical, dog? Like, is it?
Pretty much.
Because I don't know how you got Phoenix back, and now you got Lady Gaga,
I don't
who
even.
at least in the
Go ahead.
trailers looked like she bodied her role.
She did. It's not on the actors. Joaquin killed it again. She killed it. The story made no fuck like it. If you saw the first movie, they pretty much spent more than half the movie recapping the first fucking movie. It's been like the movie's been out for a while, so I'll still say spoiler alert. But it's pretty much the crux of the movie is about him basically because you know he got locked up for that for killing Murray on live television. So yeah, he's in Argo. You see him in Argo, but it's mostly about him in the court case. And they're basically recapping the whole first movie
And they're
for
singing.
majority of the movie, and then it's just random singing tangents out of nowhere, and then it goes cuts. It oh God, why are you making me PTSDs? Should have just
If
left it a standalone. Should have just left it a standalone.
should or if you're gonna do a second part, make it real.
Yeah, no musical,
I didn't need Joker does show tunes.
or don't fucking recap the whole fucking first movie for majority of the movie. Cause now it's like, well, shit. What am I here for?
Horrible, 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 horrible,
Then
horrible.
you broke the character too, and then tried to pull some Heath shit at the end too. Man, that's what made it even worse. That made me even more mad than the mute.
Oh my gosh.
Disrespect Heath Joker like that. Man.
That's wild because okay. Okay, okay, all I got is okay. But I will sit on that. I'm waiting on some good horror, you know. It's right around Halloween, right after Halloween. I still haven't watched The Substance, and I'm waiting on Terrifier 3 to hit Amazon.
Me too.
I still think I still got 20 minutes left in Terrifier 2.
You should. You're not
I
even.
tried to watch it and I fell asleep. Because Terrifier 2 is literally 2 hours long.
Yeah,
So
because there's actually some story to it this time, not just reckless killing.
dude got stabbed in the dick multiple times. I'm still traumatized. Still,
That wasn't
yeah.
the worst one, but yes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
I don't know, getting sawed in half while you naked from your.
Oh, so you talking about the first one. I'm talking about the second one. You talking overall. Like overall is bad. Overall is bad. And I'm barely making it through because I forgot about, when he threw the acid in homegirl's face, stabbed her up and took her heart out. Like I totally forgot about that until I was watching part two again. I'm trying to finish part two, and it's just too many plot holes. I'm trying. It's just too many plot holes. It's too She straight up gashed dude in the head with a pole, and he didn't die.
It explains it, but go ahead.
All right, I might have to just start. I might have to start over from the beginning. I might have to start from
And two,
scratch.
you looking way too hard over. This is horror movie villains. None of these shit really makes sense. Jason stopped making sense after the third movie. Like a lot of these characters just do shit just to do shit. We just here to see them just do what they do. I
You
don't
know,
need a full backstory on why this dude is evil. I can see it.
bruh, Jason is the undead because he came back from being drowned at the camp.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
makes sense.
Michael, the
Yeah.
shape, is Michael Myers is the embodiment of evil. You know, Pinhead is a representative. Pinhead is a representative, and Pinhead and the Cenobites are representatives of hell.
They're
Don't open
demons.
your
Okay,
eyes.
that makes sense. But all the other shit, like you trying to make perfect sense of a horror movie villain. None of them make sense.
You know, the dude from Human Centipede is just whacked in the head.
I don't understand. Like I
We
said, yeah,
we
we
need we need rules. We need some rules here.
so a
We
motherfucker get brought back by lightning, and that's where that undraw the line. That's a rule. Yeah, yeah. You're struck by lightning in my grave. I'm back.
I mean, if your heart stops,
He's
They
been
use
dead
the
for
pad, they
years.
use the paddles to bring you back. That actually that tracks. That actually tracks.
You've been dead for years. And you do realize when you do get buried, they take out your organs, right? So where is his heart?
What is this a Maryland thing? What are you talking about, sir? Uh,
Don't they take out
Whoa.
yours?
No.
They don't.
If you're not if you're not an organ donor, no.
Hmm. Jason was an organ donor. Damn. But dude's been dead for years. So how that doesn't work that way. That's like right when your heart stops. Getting struck by lightning, being dead for a while.
I mean, that's how Frankenstein came to. So
That's
remember
right.
that's how Frankenstein came to life. So
Or
everyone else kind of sort of a little bit makes sense. Art the clown makes no sense.
you just kind of they don't make sense. It's a movie in horror. Let's just run with it. Why we gotta overthink stuff? Some stuff you could just turn your brain off. Just enjoy it.
No, it's I listen, as a horror fan, as someone that's been watching horror long before you were born, sir. Yeah,
Okay.
I need some base rules here.
Base
Because again,
rules.
Ghostface, it's a regular dude. If you shoot him, he dies. Ghostface is a regular dude with a really sharp knife. Sometimes it's two dudes, as we've seen. But we know the rules. I don't even know the rules of Art the Clown. I don't even know why he's called Art the Clown. Why is he walking around that damn bag all the time? Like it's too many unanswered questions for you to be stabbing people in the dick.
That's why you mad because of that.
Like, yep, it's true.
If that didn't happen, you wouldn't have none of these questions.
Like, fam, that ain't. Ugh.
He's a
That's
great
worse than Human
villain.
Centipede. And Human Centipede is the absolute worst.
No, well, not for me, but yeah, it's all right.
Bruh. Bruh. Have you seen Human Centipede 1 and 2?
How many times you asked me that? Yes.
Don't waste time at 3. I can't even get to 3. But 1 and 2, especially 2, 2 is the most disturbing thing I've seen on film. Now, I still have to watch
Okay,
a Serbian film. I heard a
that's
Serbian film
more
is
disturbing. Or that and what is it? The Japanese movie, which is based on real events, which makes it even more scary. Is it
yeah.
Project 18 something? I don't remember.
If you find out,
19,
let me know. But yeah, Human Centipede 2
I don't remember.
is the most disturbing thing I've seen. I've not seen a disturbing film yet. And I think The Substance, which is full of body horror, gotta watch that. Might trump it, maybe. But right as it stands, Human Centipede 2, when I was over, I had to sit for a good 5 minutes just to like decompress. It's on the what the fuck did I just see list.
Yeah, that's a Serbian film. Cannibal Holocaust in that Japanese movie.
Cannibal Holocaust. What's that? That's what's because
Oh,
see, Cannibal Holocaust, that sounds like something in like some Green Inferno. In
yeah,
Green Inferno.
it's before that. And it's probably worse. But Green Inferno was bad too. Yeah, now I think
I'm
about it.
about to say Green Inferno was horrible. Like y'all just straight up ate, dude.
Black
Like yeah,
guy got the worst in that one.
Green Inferno was bad. Green Inferno was that was also just dude, I saw that in theaters. I was just
In theaters. Oh wow. So that on Netflix. Wow.
nah, yeah, I saw Green Inferno in theaters, and I'm like, oh, let me go check this out. And you could scoop your man's eyeballs out, and then you put them and bake them like a cake. Yeah, that's
Well, I'm sure everyone logged up by now. So
yeah. This is what you get for trying to be. Ironically, I hate to make it racial, and we're gonna wrap this up. Green Inferno is what happens when you try to being a white savior goes wrong.
okay.
You decide to go over and save the forest and go to these indigenous people's place, and look what happened to you. File under, mind your business. But actually, no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. They were actually there to stop the rainforest from being taken down. So they were actually They're on noble causes. My apologies. You're not a white savior. You're actually on the white side of history for once. And then your boy got baked and eaten. But other than that, yeah.
Wrong side of the frying pan, but yeah, I do.
Okay. All right. Oh, that one. Let's run the wrong side of the frying pan, bro. Okay. Run it back.
Maybe
Taking it from the
lately.
top. Tyson fight, it was anticlimactic. The girls, the women's fight was amazing, but sadly represented all that was wrong with boxing. You can't have a fight that good go that way. You can't. So I hope boxing gets it together because I actually like boxing. Um, Trump Trumpers with buyer's remorse. Okay, so in case there's any red hats out there that watch, let this be a lesson that you probably should have learned in seventh grade, but you didn't. You cannot change your vote. Just thought we put that out there.
If you can
So
change your gender, why can't you change your vote? I'm sorry. We need to this, I guess. I uploaded it.
you're um
Trump bullshit.
to the cowardly Nazis in Ohio. Y'all ain't the Klan, dog. Y'all some suckers for real. The Klan actually brings fear, strikes terror in the hearts of blacks. Y'all corny. Y'all just walking around with flags and chants. Like, y'all suckers for real. Shout out to the brother that was not going back down that day. 20v1, and you was not going back down. And I understand. Because had I been in Ohio, it would have been 20v2. So yeah. So y'all some suckers for real. Don't we gotta pretend it's 2016 all over again. Don't let old boy, don't let Agent Orange get you fucked up. That's all I'm saying. Y'all out here real bold. Don't let Agent Orange get you fucked up. Okay? Props to my brothers and sisters in New Zealand, busting out the Haka on that ass. Salute. We're gonna get a black coalition together and figure out what the black Haka is gonna be. There'll be no twerking involved. No nonsense. We're gonna get a real Haka going, and that's gonna be that. But shout out to y'all. Also, shout out to the daughters of Brother Malcolm. $100 million lawsuit. And honestly, as my co-host said, that's really just a drop in the bucket if you think about what Malcolm meant, what it would have been to have Malcolm still here, you know. So hope y'all get that bread because definitely deserve it. To the cop and Bowie, look forward to seeing you in Jessup. Look forward to seeing you in Jessup. Gonna be a real happy reunion because all bro did was say, "Nah, I'm trying to get my hat," and you bust off. Okay. Look forward to seeing you in Jessup, bro. Probably gonna bump into some old friends. And the new Captain America, I don't know why it's screening bad. I hope Kevin Feige and the gang really give us a good finished product. You got Red Hulk, you got all kind of good stuff. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to Craven. Like I said, after Deadpool and Wolverine, I said Marvel is back. Don't prove me wrong. Your recap, sir.
Um, Tyson fight rigged. I want a refund that I didn't pay for. Um, Trump's buyer's remorse. You heard what I said. Uh, Nazis in Ohio. Not threatened. Mosquitoes. I'm more afraid of mosquitoes than you. But New Zealand Hawkeye, we don't need our own version. We got the Panthers. We got the Blackfish. We don't need to bite off other cultures. Let them have their thing. They've been colonized enough. We don't need to join in. Um, well, we both have actually. So yeah, there you go. Respect is Blackfish, Panthers. Bring them back. Let's do that. Um, daughters, Malcolm, 100 mil. That's just scratching the surface. Ask for more. Uh, Cop and Bowie. Yeah, Jessup. It's gonna be a fun time. Howdy, neighbor. Uh, we didn't talk about that. Captain America being a bad movie, possibly. Wouldn't
And
surprise me. Marvel's on the drought. Like Deadpool helped revitalize it, but if this flops, if Captain America flops, and I'm not so sure how much the not the Eternals, what's the movie called? Um
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. It's like, do people
That's gonna
really
be-
care about these characters? They didn't really care about Black Widow. So why would they care about I'm saying I want to see it, but I'm saying the majority is do they care? Especially if Captain America flops, because I think that's first. I don't know if it's first.
Yeah, Captain America's first.
So if that flops, I think yeah, Marvel can't screw this up because no one's gonna. If those two flop, no one's waiting another year or two for the next Avengers with
You just
a villain that everyone loves, and then if you screw that up, it's done.
RDJ is proven, and then you now got confirmation that Denzel's on for Black Panther 3. Marvel's gonna be okay.
My man, what what the what the, what? Who's gonna be black? You know, I don't even. I don't know.
I,
Okay.
I,
Yeah. Okay. So are we bringing back Shuri? Is the son going to be the new? What? How's that going to work?
at some point, they're gonna age him up for sure. I don't know if they're gonna age him up at this point. I'm curious what role Denzel's gonna play. Looking forward to Gladiator 2, by the way.
Yep.
Kind
See
of.
that Friday. So hopefully it's
I'm,
not getting great reviews,
you
but
said
it's not getting great reviews. But I'm
really?
not to go out walking in there expecting the first Gladiator. So I'm not. I don't have what
The first Gladiator is a classic
is it?
masterpiece.
I'm not expecting that for the second. I
It's
just want
fair.
just be a good movie, and I'm good. The you, we just learned this lesson with Joker. That was absolute fucking classic. It didn't need a second one, just like this one didn't need a second. But Ridley Scott is back the same way the director is back for the first Joker. So it's like we're gonna go in for hopes, but I'm just hoping it's a good movie. Joker already sorted, so I'm done. So yeah, I'm not expecting
Yeah,
Gladiator one. That's lightning in the bottle. It's hard to do twice. Everybody can't be Godfather. So yeah,
I even got
I just want to be good. If it's trash, I can't go over two, man. That's back to back movies I see as booty cheeks. I'm
well,
good.
like I said, I got concerns already because the just we already have problems in the believability factor. We already
It's a
have
good movie.
problems in believability. So
I just hope it's good. I'm not expecting classic. I'm not expecting the rival the first one. It's not. That's impossible. Damn near impossible thing to do. Just be good, or at least entertaining, and
we'll
I'll
get
be
into
good.
it. I think I think the problem we're gonna have, and it's just my prediction so far, and we're gonna wrap this up. I think it's gonna be too much emphasis on the battle scenes instead of the actual story. That's my problem.
I'm good. As long as it's good.
And if you remember the first Gladiator, the emphasis wasn't on the battle scenes. Really, it was on the get back. The battle scenes were carrying us over, but ultimately, Maximus Decimus Aurelius, I will have my revenge in this life or the next. That was the thing. The battle scenes were kind of in between.
Yes,
And
that's
my problem is with this one, it seems like lots of emphasis on battle scenes. And I'm like, meh.
well. You're gonna be disappointed because you're already going in comparing it to the first one. Don't do
You
that.
called it Gladiator 2. Yeah, you called it Gladiator 2, sir.
Well, I already know your rating gonna be booty cheeks. So there you go. See, I'm not going there with that mindset. I'm going there just to be a good movie. That's it. That's all I ask.
Okay. Because, Aliens, classics. Godfather 1, Godfather 2, classics. Like,
Hard
you
thing to
can
do. Yeah.
Batman Begins, Dark Knight, classics. Like,
Oh, Batman. Dark Knight is a classic. Batman Begins is a good movie. Like I'm saying,
no,
if it's hard to make a fucking classic, like a masterpiece, and then follow up to be the same, if not outdo it, that is damn near impossible. That's rare.
First Terminator, Terminator 2.
The Terminator 1 is not a classic. Terminator T2 is, though.
Okay, and on that note, we talk about this later, sir. I don't know how you figured.
It's not a classic. It's a
It's
good
the
movie.
first of its kind.
Yeah, and the second one
But
blows out the
it's the first of
water.
its kind.
The second one blows out the water. So no, it's not a classic. It's a good movie.
The second one blows it out the water based on special effects. But from a
It
storytelling
still blows it
standpoint.
out the water.
Okay. All right. Oh, that oh boy. Yeah, I feel a debate coming on. But at this point, we appreciate everybody for tuning in and hanging out with us. This was fun.
See if this lasts. See if this gets taken down. See,
No, we should be fine. We didn't say anything about jabs.
you said something about, the H word, that guy. I don't know if you're supposed to say that guy, but hey, we'll see.
Goodness. I, okay. What,
It,
the Hulk? There's nothing wrong with saying flamboyant Hulk.
it's time to go. All right.
And on that note, on behalf of myself and my co-host, and yeah, I said it podcast. Peace.
Hopefully.